Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live, this Wheel of Wisdom series. I am glad to have you. I would love to say hi. Are you a first timer, or have you been in one of my lives before? Hello, hello, Achu. Hello, welcome. Happy Wisdom Wednesday to you too. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate you being here. It's always nice to have other teachers present in the lives. Okay, we will start in a minute. Let just maybe one or two more people join in, and then yeah, we can start. So how are you? How are you, Achu? How have things been? I see one another familiar head. Yeah, I would love to say hi to everyone. So let me know where you are joining from. And are you again a first timer or have you been here before? Yeah, hello, Sharon. It's so nice to have you back. Hello, welcome back. Okay, Ashwathama says that life's been thankful. That's so nice to hear that you are feeling that gratitude and soaking in life's blessings. Sharon says, nice to see you also. Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, now let me introduce myself for anyone who is new here. I am Anisha Maheshwari. I am a psychologist, life coach, and a mindfulness meditation teacher. I have been on Insight Timer for 2 years now. I have like 30 plus tracks here and 7 courses here. Feel free to check them out. And let's dive into the series. So, into the wheel, where we are going to open ourselves to receive the wisdom, to receive the guidance that we need right now that would make our lives more easy, and bring in whatever it is that we need in our lives right now. So, uh, the way that we go about is that we have a wheel. On that wheel, we have like names of multiple books that are randomly chosen, and the wheel chooses a book for us from which I read few lines. Um, After taking a pause, tuning into my intuition, and with my eyes closed, randomly choosing a paragraph that feels like it is going to benefit each and everyone who is listening right now or who will listen to the recording of this live. So these lives are getting recorded and you can access the replays in the link tree in my profile. So, yeah, that's how it goes. And usually we start with a meditation to just ground ourselves, to settle in. And then we do the fun stuff. We receive the guidance. And later on, we do some practice or maybe a meditation. So, yeah, that's the format, but every live is a bit different. So, let's see, what comes up in this particular live. So, are you guys up for a little meditation just to settle yourself, open yourselves? So, type ready if you are. Today, I have been feeling like, just taking a little bit of rest. So, I guess the meditation is going to be about that because that's what I'm feeling. And I'm hoping that you will get either the permission to allow yourself to rest or just get the rest. Let's see what happens. Sharon says, okay, no, Sharon says ready. Thank you for being so proactive and participating. It keeps this interesting. Hello, Anthony. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Um, Ashwathama says ready. The universe is guiding. Belly breathing. Okay, you want to do some belly breathing? Okay, let's do that then. Okay, so we will settle into a meditation and do some belly breathing based on a request. Okay, so begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can either sit, stand, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. Adjusting your body a little bit to settle in to the position that you have chosen. Now I invite you to either close your eyes or lower your gaze just to limit visual distraction. Become aware of how the surface beneath you is supporting you in this moment. Letting your body rest on this ground. Letting go of the weight i- in your hands, letting your hands rest, relaxing the muscles in your forehead and the area around your eyes. Loosening the muscles in your face. Noticing any tension or heaviness melting downwards, moving out of your body and into the ground beneath you. Feeling the tension and the worries melting and moving downwards slowly towards the ground. Letting the tension in your head melt away, letting go of the stress in your shoulders and your neck, feeling the heaviness move downward through your hands into the ground. Opening your chest, relaxing your stomach, letting go of anything that you don't need anymore, feeling it melt down from your thighs to your foot and into the ground. Letting your whole body relax. Sitting with this relaxed body, whenever you notice any body part tensing up, bringing your attention to it and letting go of any tension that is building up, melting from that part, going down into your feet and leaving your body into the ground. Letting yourself fully relax. Now, as we come to the end of this meditation, we are going to take some deep belly breaths to rejuvenate and refresh ourselves. So, I invite you to place one or both of your hands on your belly and with the in breath, notice your belly getting filled with fresh oxygen, nourishing your whole body. And as as you exhale, letting go of any residual tension or worries. Continue to breathe like this for a few moments, noticing your hands move with the belly as you take deep, refreshing breaths. Breathing in spaciousness and breathing out any tightness. Now, whenever you feel ready, begin to come out of this meditation by gently wiggling your toes and your fingers, connecting back with your body, and gently opening your eyes, coming back to the space. Taking a moment to move your body, to hydrate yourself, whatever is it that you need. Mm. So, how are you feeling, guys? If you feel called to, you can share about your experience of the meditation in the comments. And if you don't feel like typing, but the meditation resonated with you, then you can press the heart emoji to let me know. And for those of you who have just joined us, we are going to get to another interesting part of this live, so stay tuned. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for letting me know. Hello, Sai. Welcome. Good morning. I hope that you were able to, catch some part of the meditation. And if not, if any one of you who missed the meditation and would like to go back or do the meditation afterwards, then I do record these so you can catch the meditation in the replay, which you can access through the link tree in my profile. Okay, so now that we are settled in, we are feeling rested and rejuvenated. Let's move on to the next part, which is about receiving guidance on whatever is going on in your life. Ashwathama says, super divine. I am glad that you liked it. And thank you for the suggestion for belly breathing. I hope that, other people found that useful. Okay. So, guys, we have just a second. Hmm. So we have this wheel, and this wheel have names of various wonderful, awesome, full of wisdom books. So, before we move on to choose a book and read a paragraph from it, receive the guidance, receive the wisdom, I want to ask you guys, that I want to invite you to declare it to the universe, to type in the comments that what is it that you need guidance for today, in which area of your life would you like some sense of direction, some clarity? What are you struggling with? So, if you don't want to go into the specifics, you can always just mention, the broad theme, the broad life area, and just let the universe, let God, the higher self, the divine, whatever you want to call it. So, let that entity, let that beingness know that what is it that you need help with, that you need guidance on. And this might also give you some clarity, because sometimes things keep on like going on and on in our heads. So yeah, take your time and write in the comments, what is it that you need guidance for from today's session. And if there's nothing specific at all, then you can also just write, I'm open to receive some guidance, some general guidance. Okay, Ashwatthama says creativity. I hope that, that spark, that inspiration land your way, And I see you creating, like, you have published some tracks. So I hope, that creativity keeps on going on. So, guys, Ashwatthama is another teacher here. Feel free to check his work out. He has some awesome content on affirmations. Sai is open to receive. Thank you for stating it out loud here. And I think I'm seeing another teacher here. Is it Shauna Ray, if I recognize you correctly? So, are you here right now as well? Because I see a floating head. Oh, wow. I think Caitlin also joined in. Hi, Caitlin. Okay, so Caitlin is another teacher on Insight Timer. I'm so glad that, today so many teachers are joining in here. Caitlin has become a regular here. But I appreciate like everyone, every single one of you, whether a teacher, whether a user, whatever. I just appreciate you being here. Caitlin says, "Hi, yeah, I just jump in the end of meditation." Yeah, thank you for, taking out the time to just tune into the lives, Caitlin. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I just asked the question that what it is that you need guidance for. What do you want to take out of today's session, today's live session? Caitlin says, "Oh, I love the avatar of the word love heart. So cute." Hmm, I am not very sure what you are talking about, Caitlin. Okay. There is another. Okay, there is a DP of a user. Okay. Yeah, that is so cute. Yeah, thank you for highlighting that. It's so beautiful. Okay, so let's, rotate the wheel, because it seems like many people would like to receive like some general guidance. So let's see. what universe want to send our way. Okay, so let's rotate the wheel. Hmm. Okay, so the book that came through for today is The Mindful Way Through Anxiety by Susan, Elizabeth, and Romer. Okay, Susan M. Or okay, I will read the name of the authors again. Susan M. Or Orsillo and Elizabeth Romer. Okay, yeah, this book was really helpful because I have struggled with anxiety a lot. And yeah, there are some true gems in this book, and this book like totally aligns with the approach that I've learned over the years of not trying to resist the emotion, not trying to avoid it, hate it, but be more accepting of it and not um befriend it, to accept it, to befriend it, and take action despite it. So, yeah, let's see, what this book has for all of us here today. Hmm. Ashwadhama says open to receiving. Yeah, let's see, what we can receive from this book. So, the full name of this book is The Mindful Way Through Anxiety: Break Free from Chronic Worry and Reclaim Your Life. Okay, so I'm going to just take some deep breaths, and I'm hoping to choose something that is going to resonate and help anyone listening to me right now. Hmm. Okay, so let's read out what came through. So the author says, unfortunately, without much thought or effort on our part, efforts to avoid fear and pain can develop into habits and preferences that have an impact on every aspect of our lives. It is sometimes easier to notice how avoidance affects the big decisions in life, like which career we pursue, a position in accounting rather than sales, for example, whether we commit to or terminate a relationship, how we spend our free time, for example, taking up a solitary activity like long distance running versus volunteering at church. We often pay less attention to the subtle ways avoidance nudges us to respond moment by moment to the choices that arise, making lots of little choices without being aware of trying to avoid anxiety can add up to big choices we never thought we made. When we are focused on threat and all of our efforts are aimed at avoiding fear and pain, we are less tuned into the consequences of our behavior. We can miss the essential clues that remind us that a new or different response is needed. Avoidance can keep us stuck using ineffective strategies in an attempt to improve our lives. Okay. So the basic essence that I got from this, reading this, Ashwatthama says, true. Yeah, isn't it? You know, we never realize that how, without us knowing, that avoidance can become a pattern that not only, impact our bigger life choices or, yeah, the bigger things that we know that, we feel anxious about, like the career choice, the relationships, the bigger stuff. And it becomes a pattern that we start to follow in our daily lives, and it keep on impacting our, decisions in that manner. And we start to do things out of that tendency to avoid pain rather than trying to pursue things. Our focus becomes that how can I avoid this, how can I avoid pain, how can I avoid feeling unpleasant, and instead of what truly brings me joy, what do I really value. So living in alignment with values and um, moving towards something tends to fade away when we develop this habit to always move away from something, like one of the examples can be when we try to move away or to avoid those difficult emotions, when we feel triggered. And the way we do so is our, those habitual tendencies, those behaviors that we have developed. Like maybe, when we are feeling bad, directly going to the social media and just scrolling the shorts, the reels and stuff like that. Or when we are feeling bored, just to avoid feeling that way, we end up scrolling the, reels and all this stuff. And hours go by and we don't realize that we don't even feel good sometimes after doing that. And I think most of the times, if we do reflect back, if we invite that mindfulness in that moment, you will realize that you're feeling more stimulated and sometimes even more bad than you were feeling before. So yeah, and it is our tendency, and that's why we have developed this habit, and that's why we go to that just in order to avoid, rather than pausing in that moment and seeing that, what do I need right now? Um, in this moment, what do I want to spend my time and attention to? What would bring me joy or comfort in this moment? And if that is social media, then that's okay. But at least now you're doing it intentionally. At least now you're doing it for a certain time period rather than letting it control you and letting it hook you for hours and hours. And then later feeling like I did nothing for the past few hours. So yeah, and that is just a very simple way of how, that is such a simple example of how, avoidance seeps into our life, into those smaller things that we never notice. Ashwatthama says that's what causes anxiety. Yeah, if you like, if you tune in, then you would realize that after scrolling that, you are feeling more anxious sometimes. And in general also, that avoidance is a big part. When we try to avoid the things that make us anxious, what happens is that we feel that temporary relief because now we are not facing that anymore. And the signal that goes to our brain is that, whoa, that was dangerous. Now I'm feeling relief. That was dangerous. And you never got to know whether it was or not because you never faced that thing that was causing anxiety. So yeah, in a way, the more you avoid the thing that makes you anxious, the more that anxiety grows. And yeah, I don't need to like explain it because I think you would know if you have been anxious about something in your life that yeah, this is something true and this is something that we don't notice even if it is so evident. So I will stop speaking now and I want to ask you before moving on to something else. How does this, what I just read, or maybe what I said, or what, Ashwatthama said maybe in the comment. So, how does all of this resonate with what is going on in your life right now? So, does any of it resonates with you in any way? And if yes, what you're going to do about it? Like how you're going to apply this wisdom into your life, into your current situation. And if it doesn't, like if it didn't resonated with you, then that's okay. We are going to like go for maybe another spin or another paragraph. And hopefully then you would receive something that you needed. Okay, Ashwatthama says by implementing the power of simple choices towards greater goodness. Yeah. So Ashwatthama, how you are going to remember this, how you're going to remember this intention to, to move towards that greater goodness in the simple choices of your day. Because in that moment, there is this urge because we have been doing this so for our whole life for some people. So yeah, there's this urge to just avoid that unpleasantness and just get rid of it. And even if it is not extreme, even just subtle, distress. Ashwatthama says, belly breathing and repeating, I embrace the power of choices towards greater goodness. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that, you get to apply this today and maybe, reap the benefit from this new choice that you made, and let that intention come to life. Okay. So, would you guys like me to read another paragraph from the same book or spin the wheel again? You can type in the comment same book or spin, whatever that is you want. Ashwatthama says same book sounds lovely. Thank you for, you know, sharing that. And Caitlin says ditto. Sai says same book. Okay, it seems like it is resonating with all of you. That's wonderful. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Ashwadhama says we feel the higher power guiding us. That's that's magical. Sometimes I'm out of words. I just feel things. So yeah, thank you for sharing, how you're feeling. Caitlin says, yeah, I can't quite compile my thoughts to share anything, but it struck a chord. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I thought, that the comment section is pretty quiet, so you might like a different spin. But when I asked, everyone was on the same page with continuing with this book. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, it is hitting you at some level, it is resonating with you at some level, and it is okay if, you all don't have the words, or you don't have any action in mind or something like that. That's okay. But thank you for sharing. Hmm. Okay, let's see now. What came through? Hmm. So the chapter from which we are reading is Changing Your Relationship with Anxiety, Embarking on a New Path. Sai says this reminds me how important journaling can be. Yeah, and maybe, based on what other people are also mentioning, maybe not. If you don't feel like any words are coming to you, then instead of writing, maybe just drawing something. And sometimes that can be helpful as well, because it can be difficult to, you know, condense that feeling into words. Yeah, right now, like right now, I'm out of words. Mm, Ashwatthama says, love that. I was telling myself I have courage to step into the new. Yeah, that's wonderful. And thank you for the hearts, guys. I do recognize them. Thank you. They encourage me to keep speaking. Okay, so let's see what came through now. Hmm. So the author says mindfulness practice can directly affect three major consequences of struggling with anxiety. First is to escape our fears. We often restrict or narrow our attention, and this lack of flexible attention makes it difficult to make informed choices. Mindfulness involves paying attention in a unique way. When we are mindful, we notice where our attention is focused, and and we may choose to shift or expand our attention. The quality of attention in mindfulness is also special. As mentioned earlier, it involves taking a fresh look at a familiar response, bringing a gentle curiosity and compassion to our experiences. Before moving on to the next point, I want to touch upon this, like what came for me. So, the awareness part, the attention part, like becoming aware when we are getting stuck in that pattern, whether it is of avoidance or whether it is any other pattern from your life. Mindfulness can really help us recognize that, yes, I am triggered right now, instead of just, feeling triggered and in a snap reacting to the situation. Mindfulness can be that pause, it can bring that pause into however we are dealing with the situation. So yeah, so something happened, and we recognize that, we shift our attention from that story that was going on in our mind when that thing happened, to just noticing that this is how I usually react, and then negative consequences occur. So, recognizing that I have been triggered, recognizing the story, expanding your awareness to maybe include your whole body. Yeah, so the component of recognizing and the ability to shift our attention later on from that, if we want to do that, that is such an amazing gift that mindfulness bring to our into our lives. And yeah, and that can shift the whole how do I say, the whole turn of events that was going to go in that situation. So, continuing to the next paragraph, another way we avoid, so this is the second way mindfulness helps. Another way we avoid anxiety and stress is to try to opt out of our experience. The thoughts, emotions, sensations, and all the rest, which can cause us to throw out the proverbial baby within the bathwater. Being mindful allows us to appreciate and participate in all aspects of our lives, even the more difficult and painful moments. We use this skill to be more effective and present in our everyday activities. So, just what I mentioned, touching upon that when something happens, we usually are just lost in our minds, just thinking, thinking, thinking. And actually, that thinking is one way in which we avoid feeling that unpleasantness that the situation has triggered within us, feeling the sensations of tenseness, pain, or whatever it is, that swelling in the chest and everything. So, yeah, so thinking is one way in which we avoid that. And when we become mindful that, yes, I have been triggered, and when we consciously choose to bring our attention back to whatever is going on inside us, whether it is in terms of the thoughts, and now when we are mindful of the thoughts, we are no more engaged in the story, we are no more hooked to it and feeding the story, but we are observing the story like we are watching a movie on the screen. So yeah, so there is a sense of distance, there's a sense of there is this me and there's this whole thing going on, and observing what is going on inside me, the emotions, all the juices that the story created in our body, and the sensations and everything, and just bringing attention, giving our body that attention in that moment, because this is not pleasant for our body to be drowned in the stress hormones, the cortisol and the adrenaline and all of that. So it is not pleasant for our body. So just giving it that attention, like we give the attention to a crying baby, just tending to our bodies, which we wouldn't have if we were not mindful of what is going on inside us, if we wouldn't have taken the pause to just tune in and then respond, instead of just getting swept by the story and then reacting and then bearing the negative consequence, because usually, when we are in this emotional state, our logical brain just shuts down, and our more like primitive brain and the emotional brain, the amygdala and stuff, all of that is more activated in this triggered situation. So yeah, that's what came up for me in the second point. And then the third point, in which the third way mindfulness help us in relation to anxiety, or for that matter, any other emotion. So eliminating anxiety can become an all-consuming effort, leaving us little time for experiencing the joy and fulfillment of whatever we find meaningful in daily lives. Mindfulness encourages us to enjoy being fully engaged in life and to keep pursuing what matters most. That's the key, just keep pursuing what matters most, taking intentional actions, not letting the fear or the anxiety stop you. And what I mean by that is not fighting it, but seeing it, recognizing it, acknowledging it, befriending it, showing compassion to it, and then, moving on to do the thing that fear says no to. And yeah, it is scary at times. And yeah, I love that, I don't know, quote or something that, being courageous or yeah, being courageous is not about like not feeling fear at all. It's about feeling it and still doing it. And that's how things work. We cannot eliminate the emotions from our lives. We cannot expect to eliminate the bad ones and feel the good ones, the happiness, the peace, the joy, the love, and everything. It is a full package. So we need to take the whole, and we cannot either take the whole or just be a robot. So yeah, and at times it does. I know it feels overwhelming to be with the bad ones, and we're like, just take it all away. I cannot deal with it anymore. But the good ones will come too, and then we can savor them. We can just soak in them and feel the beauty of life. Okay, so now I want to ask you. I have been speaking for a while, so yeah, I want to ask you, how whatever I just mentioned or whatever I just read, how this resonates with you. Does it apply to your current situation? If yes, how you're going to implement this knowledge, how you're going to take action steps based on this knowledge. That's what's most important. That's what will bring change and not just consuming knowledge, which is good. A reminder is good. But taking actions is even more transformative, more powerful. Ashwatthama says, feel the beauty of life. Wise, wise, wise birds. Yeah, yeah. Beauty of life. Yeah, having all of the colors and not just the black and white. And the emotions are the colors of our lives. We cannot, if we cannot watch a movie that is all happy, 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 or that is all sad, 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 you know, then we cannot live a life that is just of one emotion. It would be a pretty boring one. Ashwatthama also says that by not fearing what fears us. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I really appreciate, interacting with you like that, knowing what is going on in your mind as you listen to me as you're here. So, anyone else, would you like to add on to, um, do you have any thoughts regarding what I just read? And if this wisdom, which I believe is, but if this wisdom was coming directly to you from a higher source, whatever you believe in. So yeah, if this wisdom was coming to you based on your current situation, then how would you act on it? How would you apply it to your life? Would you remind yourself of this? Would you make any changes in your life, in your day? Hmm. And I'm thinking that Ashwadama says by taking one simple important step at a day. That's nice. So Ashwadama, what is that one single important step that you are planning to take today or maybe tomorrow? Would you be open to sharing that with us? Hmm. I think that is a very good step in that direction because you mentioned you need some guidance on creativity, and the ordering that mic would definitely enhance the quality of what comes through you. And I hope that, that might do wonders to the quality of your audio. Okay, guys. So, hmm, I am feeling a pretty like lazy and laid back today. So, hmm, would you like me to end this live or would you like me to read another paragraph? Because it seems like today there are very less people, and maybe people are also catching on to my energy and feeling like a little laid back. So that's okay if you guys want to like end this. And if you would like me to read another paragraph or maybe spin one more time, add some fun, then yeah, let me know in the comments what you decide the next few moments of this live. Okay, Ashwatthama says, I have condenser and now I need dynamic mic. That's why. Hmm. Okay, yeah, I have heard about them. Like I researched a little bit, but I forgot, which one does what. I think one type of mic, I think, catches all the sounds, and one type of mic is like, focused on one way of the sounds. That's what I think. I don't remember, but I hope that you get a really nice one. Okay, Ashwatthama says, take rest, Miss Anisha, so that you can be more energized next time. Yeah, thank you for, allowing me to take the rest because, yeah, sometimes we are not giving ourselves permission to take that. And today I gave myself the permission. So, yeah, since morning, I'm like resting and just soaking in the nature and everything. So, but yeah, I still wanted to do this live and I wanted to do for you guys and as well as for me to see, what comes through for me to receive some guidance for me as well. Sai says, thank you. These paragraphs resonated. I am glad, Sai, that it resonated. And thank you for tuning in. Okay, guys. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence. I think, yeah, instead of like adding more onto this, I can, yeah, it's time to end this live. But thank you for being here. And if you joined late, you can always catch the replay of this live, which is in the link tree. In my profile, there is a link tree, so you can catch that there. And what else? Yeah, I guess that's it. And if you like this live, feel free to support me, support my work through a donation. I really appreciate your support in my journey. Kami says, hi. Hi, Kami. I'm so glad that you could join in. Sadly, we're about to like end this live, but you're welcome to catch the replay and receive the guidance because maybe there was a reason that you did join when you joined. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Ashwatthama says, amazing guiding today. Thank you. And thank you for keeping it interactive because, yeah, it was really helpful for me to just receive that interaction and not just speak to myself. Um, especially when I'm feeling a little lazy. Okay, Kami says, joining during my lunch break at work. Sorry, I couldn't join earlier. That's perfectly fine. I feel like I feel so honored that, yeah, you are taking that time out to just listen to me, to be here. That, thank you. That's so nice. That's so sweet of you. Okay, guys. So bye-bye for now. Thank you for tuning in. I have another live on 14th February, the day of love, I guess. And see you then. Bye-bye. Take care. Keep smiling, everyone, and spread the smiles as well. And thank you for the hearts.